Hi everyone, back again with another review. There's been a delay in the reviews because, as many of you might have seen on the news, there was a Hurricane Florence, that came through North Carolina last week, and I'm currently in North Carolina right now, so I wasn't able to do my reviews because one, I couldn't watch the episodes, and two, I was just busy running around. I had to evacuate from my brother's house to my cousin's that lived like 45 minutes away from where we are now, because we came back and I'm safe, the kids are safe, my brother's safe, his wife is safe, everybody's safe, and we're all good now. The storm's passed and everything's good now, but we did have to evacuate because we live close by a river. Well, my brother lives close by a river, and there was potential flooding out on that main road, so yeah, we had to evacuate, but nothing was damaged, no major losses here, everybody was fine, and it's just been a lot going on with my family and everything, but I'm fine, everybody's fine, and I was just glad that I'm finally able to get the review out to you guys. So episode 6 and 7 are gonna be in one review, because episode 6 was super short to me. Nothing really happened in episode 6 that was worth talking about. So I'm just going to squeeze it in with episode 7 review, because episode 7 was really long and really jam-packed, and I got a lot to say about the stuff that happened in episode 7. So let's just go ahead and get started. Episode 6 started out with taco night. Like, they just came back from a bad matchup ceremony, and it was pretty bad. And, well, not as bad. They just kept getting 3 beams. And they had taco night. And basically, Quasi went to Kenya, told Kenya that Jasmine and Tevin hooked up because he overheard Jasmine talking on the bus about how she gave Tevin head, basically. So Kenya goes to confront Jasmine and asked her what she did. Then asks where Tevin is. And Quasi's plan to break up the Tevin-Kenya relationship did not work out, because they were still together after that. His plan failed. The whole Zach and Morgan dynamic was just all a bit confusing to me. I didn't know what really, I didn't really see the attraction that Zach had for her, but I was just hoping to see it play out. I didn't know what was going to happen. I don't know if they were really going to be a couple, so yeah. And Mo, I just want to let you know, babe, everybody complaining about you not branching out needs, as good as a guy as you are, girls should be coming to you and trying to have conversations with you. That's all I got to say on Mo. So, the couples that were picked were Quasi. Well, not really couples, but the 4 people that were picked to go on the date were Quasi, Morgan, and Drew and Asia. So Drew and Asia were sent in the truth booth. Turns out Drew and Asia were not a match, and no surprise there. I think they said they were best friends in the house, and they got along well, so they might have been a potential match. These 2 girls have started to rub me the wrong way. I don't know what it is, but Jasmine and Luta, I started out liking these girls, but I don't know, something just changed along the way, and their attitudes are just starting to rub me the wrong way. And like, Asia, I love you, but that strategy did not work out for episode 6. That matchup ceremony was a complete bust. That's the one where they only got 2 beams, apart from Maria and Shamoy. They only got 1 other beam, and that was crazy. It just made me think that they backtracked so far. And I got my notes, and I'm gonna read who were the matches that night, because there was some crazy matches. I think Asia picked Cam, and in my head, the only match that might have made sense was I regret saying this, was Morgan and Zach. And there was no other. Callie and Tomas might have been a match. So I was wondering where Asia was going with that. I mean, guys, play with your hearts. That has always won. That has always took Are You the One contestants far, like 8 beams far, and then the rest was just calculative. That's when they started to use strategy to find out who were the other couples that weren't like really paired up, and who weren't really, getting to know the rest of the people in the house. And when Bria confronted Morgan, I felt something in my spirit when Morgan tried to stand up for herself, but it wasn't working out. I just feel like she got cussed out, and a lot of the girls thought she deserved the cussing out. I feel like she deserved it too, because she lied to Bria. She said she wouldn't talk to Zach, and there she was standing up beside him like, I got him now. What you gonna do about it? Acting all coy, and like, I could understand why Bria was mad, So, strategy failed. Episode 6. Terribly. Strategy failed. So, episode 6 wasn't much to talk about. So, I contemplated skipping doing a review on it because it really wasn't much to talk about. Episode 7 now. Episode 7 was jam-packed, and there's so many things to talk about in this episode. I'm just going to talk about everything was important because a lot of things were happening. And you had to pay attention to each little detail because I feel like each thing is going to lead to something bigger later on. And so I don't know if I did at the beginning. I didn't know if Bria and Zach were a match. Later on, we found out that they aren't. Spoiler alert. I know you're supposed to say that before, but spoiler alert, Bria and Zach are not a match. So if you haven't watched the episode by now, you shouldn't even be watching a review unless you're the type of person that watches reviews because you're too lazy to watch episodes. So they're not a match. And Zach was saying he was 100% sure about Morgan. But when he went on the date with Bria, because Bria and Zach finally went on a date, and then there was, I think, who were the other 2 couples? I think it was Asia and Daniel as well. But Bria and Zach were the talk of the town, were the main people that everybody were talking about. So, yeah. Another interesting dynamic that went on in episode 7 was Cam starting to branch out, and trying to find other potential matches, and he started to explore Callie, which left Kenya in a really weird spot because she really liked Cam. And the moment that she was hitting herself in the head in the mirror, it just reminded me of all those times where I've done some messed up shit or I've made a mistake and I'm like cussing myself out in the mirror. That scene was so relatable. Like, hands down, it was so crazy relatable. And the whole thing with Quasi liking Kayla, yes, he's been more vocal with Kayla on an emotional level, but we don't know if it's just to get in Kayla's pants. We don't know if he's going to be genuine. We don't know. I don't know if he really likes Kayla, but let's hope he has good intentions for her and he doesn't try to hurt her. But I just hope Quasi doesn't talk down on Cam, but I don't know. Male egos are high, and these are 2 strong-minded black men. It's gonna clash, and Quasi might call him out on some of the stuff so that he's been talking about. So yeah, Daniel and Sam were one of my favorite matches, but you know how Are You the One has these weird sexual games that people are gonna get jealous of because they forget the game. All they see is their potential perfect match fraternizing with another girl or another guy. So Nutsa rubbed her hand all up on Daniel's leg, and Sam was not having it. She thought that he should have respected her more since she was sitting right there. And I didn't think she needed to have gotten so mad, but I guess it's understandable. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think she should have gotten that mad. The more I see Asia and Lewis is the more that I think that she doesn't realize that he doesn't like her back the way she thinks she does. Because I don't even think Asia likes Lewis that much. I don't know about that one either, so yeah. As I said before, Zach and Bria get chosen to go on the date, and Daniel and Asia go on as well. And when Zach was talking, he said he was 100% for Morgan. That's before he left off for the date. When he came back now, he was 100% for Bria. And he said this right in front of Morgan's face. And Sam had to sit there, and Sam had to stand up for Morgan and say, hey, she's sitting right here. Can't you be a little bit more, considerate and at least say that you were thinking about her too? Nope. Zach was ready to pack his bags and leave with Bria. Unfortunately, he was not able to do that. So, yep. He was not able to do that. So, yeah. And the comment that Bria made about Morgan's weave and her toes. Listen, let's just not talk about people's weaves. Can we try not doing that? I know it's hard. And Morgan's weave is not one of the best of them. But okay, we're just not. We're gonna ignore the weave. Probably later on, I hope she takes the wig off. Fingers crossed that she takes the wig off. And we're just gonna end it there. We're just gonna end it there. I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. Yeah, I just think the Morgan-Zach dynamic is fake. I just think Zach is using Morgan as a pawn in his scheme to get back at Bria. I think Bria and Zach are gonna be together outside of this house. And I think they're gonna be one of those couples that get married and have kids. I just think they're just meant to be together, honestly. And there's nothing that can stop that. As much as I don't know if Quasi and Kayla are going to work out, they make a really hot couple. The sexual tension, you can cut it with a knife. Yes, you can. So, I'm just telling that. Mo and Morgan, I saw them have a little moment, I don't know if that can be a potential match. I don't know. I have such a bad taste in my mouth from her. I don't know if she's deserving of Mo, because Mo is amazing, but I guess we'll see that as well later. So, yep, Zach and Bria are not a perfect match. And the thing is, Bria was talking so hard and so strong, about them being a perfect match. And so was Zach. And they just went in and then nothing. And what happens after? It was just so confusing to me. I did not know what was going on. Bria came back in the house. Quasi shouts out, y'all suck. Bria gets mad at Quasi. Asia thinks Jasmine and Nutsa are looking at the wrong way. Asia pops off at Nutsa. Asia walks away. Mo goes to defend Asia and stand up for her. Now I'm thinking about a potential Asia and Mo match. This is why I said a lot of things are happening in this episode, and you have to pay attention to every single one, because these could be potential matches, So, and there's other couples that are there too. There's other couples that I've seen that are coming together, like Brett and Nutsa, and which other couple? It's not coming to me right now. Yeah, as I said, Mo and Asia, Kayla and Quasi, potential matches that are coming about that I did not think about before, but now they're there. What are we gonna do about this? All these matches? It just, oh my God, Kali and Tomas. By the way, Kali, you looked super beautiful at the matchup ceremony, and that matchup ceremony. Jasmine, much as I don't like you, what you said in your green screen confessional was absolutely true. Asia was really mad at the fact that Lewis didn't pick her at the matchup ceremony, which I was kind of shocked at. I think Lewis really wants Sam, and he's working his way slowly but surely to get to Sam. And remember when him and Lauren went on a date and they got chemistry? He picked Lauren for this matchup ceremony. So I think he's just showing Asia more and more and more and more that I do not like you. But she's missing it. She's really missing it. I don't know what's gonna happen later on with Asia and Lewis, but I hope she gives Mo a chance because Mo really likes her. So yeah. And thank you, Brett, for standing up for Nutsa when Asia kept going down her throat, because it wasn't necessary, it wasn't called for. And as Lewis said in his green screen, like, he did not want to be with a dramatic version of Asia. And I understand that completely. So yeah. The episode ended with basically Quasi and Cam exploding on each other. And it looks like Quasi pushed Cam really hard, or the other way around. I'm not sure, but there was a lot in this episode. I mean, my favorite moments are when we find out that Zach and Bria are not a match. The potential liking between Quasi and Kayla. The potential, usual Sam and Daniel, Callie and Tomas. Callie kind of dodged Cam because Cam was kind of going towards Callie. And y'all did Tomas so dirty when him and Callie went into the boom boom room. Y'all could have cut that part out, or you didn't have to keep that. You could have cut it out. But yeah, it was a crazy episode, and I don't have much more to say. I can't wait until next week. And not to mention that preview that y'all showed, Are You the One at the end. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm just going to see what happens in these episodes to come, because that preview, I don't know what y'all was trying to pull with that preview. Extra night after everybody find a perfect match. What was that? What's that? I don't understand. Y'all trying to drive people crazy. Are you the one? That's what you're trying to do. And yeah, so that's all I have to say about these last 2 episodes. I'm so tired. It's been a long 2 weeks. I'm glad I could finally get these out to the general public, and I appreciate everybody that has watched my reviews so far, and I hope it gets out to more people. And thank you for watching as always. Good night or good morning whenever you're watching this.